Hi, I'm Joanne from the Full Spectrum Centre Limited, an award-winning wellness and vocational training centre, and you're listening to the Full Spectrum Wellness Podcast. This show is all about physical, mental, emotional and spiritual wellness, and it's for people who are looking to improve their overall health and well-being. Each week, I'll share with you all the positive takeaways, tools, techniques and tips that I've gathered in both my personal and professional wellness journey that will help you to look, feel and be well. With a dose of motivation and meditation to keep you going, I'll be joined by a few friends who will be sharing their insights along the way too. Welcome to episode 45 of our Full Spectrum Wellness Podcast. I'm so happy and excited to be back here with you for our 45th episode. In our fast-paced world, self-care has evolved from a luxury to a necessity, a revolutionary act of self-love and resilience. Today, I'll be your guide and I'll share insights and strategies to help you cultivate a deeper, more meaningful self-care practice. At its core, self-care is an acknowledgement of our worth and our needs. It's a commitment to nurturing ourselves in a way that promotes resilience, happiness and balance. This revolution starts with an understanding that self-care is not merely an activity, but a mindset, a way of living that honours our most authentic selves. Self-care is more than just bubble baths and spa days. It's about nurturing your body, mind and soul. It's the conscious act of choosing activities and practices that recharge us, offering peace and balance in our lives. In this episode, we'll dive deep into what it means to truly care for oneself in a holistic and transformative way. Now, our self-care journey is built on several pillars: physical, emotional, mental and spiritual. And each pillar plays a crucial role in our overall well-being. To truly embrace this revolution, we'll delve into each pillar of self-care, exploring practical steps and reflections to integrate these practices into our daily lives. And the first pillar is physical self-care. This involves caring for our bodies through nourishing foods, regular exercise, adequate rest and relaxation. It's about listening to your body's needs and responding with love and respect. Physical self-care is the foundation. It's about honouring that vessel that carries us through life. Beyond exercise and nutrition, it's about rest, listening to our bodies and providing what's needed, whether that's movement, relaxation or sleep. So I want you to embrace activities that make your body feel alive and cherished. Our next pillar is emotional self-care. This is all about acknowledging, expressing and processing your feelings in a healthy way. It includes seeking support when needed, setting boundaries, and engaging in activities that bring joy and fulfillment. Navigating our emotions with care and attention is vital. Emotional self-care involves creating a safe space within ourselves to feel and express all emotions without any judgment. Now, this can include therapy, deep conversations with loved ones, or personal rituals that help you process feelings. It's about being as kind to ourselves as we would be to a dear friend. The next pillar is mental self-care, caring for your mind, and this involves engaging in stimulating activities, practicing mindfulness and meditation, and cultivating a positive mindset. It's about giving yourself permission to pause and breathe amidst life's chaos. Nurturing mental health means engaging in activities that stimulate and soothe. It's also about setting boundaries around information intake, including news and social media, to protect our mental space. So I want you to dedicate times to hobbies and interests that feed your creativity and intellectual curiosity. And the final pillar is spiritual self-care. Now, this is the dimension that focuses on connecting with your inner self and finding deeper meanings in your experiences. It can involve meditation, nature walks, journaling, or any practice that helps you connect with your spirituality. Spiritual self-care connects us with our essence and the universe. Now, it's about finding practices that uplift your spirit and provide a sense of purpose and a connection. This might mean meditation, spiritual study, spending time in nature, or simply engaging in practices that align with your core beliefs and values. It's important to equip ourselves with a self-care toolkit. This allows us to respond to our needs in real time. This toolkit can include quick stress relief techniques, inspirational readings, journal prompts, and reminders of our self-care goals and intentions. Now, to start your own self-care revolution, I want you to begin by assessing your current practices and identifying areas for growth. Remember, self-care is a deeply personal journey, and what works for one may not work for another. The true revolution lies in weaving self-care into the fabric of our daily lives. This means recognising self-care opportunities in ordinary moments, choosing nourishing foods, taking short breaks to breathe or stretch, and setting aside time for reflection and connection. It's important to define what self-care means to you. It's important to set clear, achievable intentions for how you want to feel and what you need to do to nurture yourself fully. I want you to create a balanced plan that includes activities from all 4 pillars of self-care. And I want you to schedule these activities into your day just as you would any other important appointment. And I'd like you to integrate mindfulness into your daily routine. This can really transform mundane tasks into moments of self-care and meditation. Now, embarking on a self-care journey can present challenges, from time constraints to guilt about prioritising oneself. It's important to address these obstacles with compassion and perseverance. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It's essential for our well-being and our ability to care for others. Embracing self-care not only transforms us, but it also transforms the world around us. It teaches us compassion, resilience, and the power of presence. As we fill our own cups up, we're better able to support and uplift others, creating a wave of positive impact. Now, a crucial part of this revolution is building a community that supports and celebrates self-care. Sharing our journeys, our tips and experiences can inspire and encourage others. Now, in today's world, we can expect things to go wrong. Between worries about health, finances, family, and all those things we cannot control, such as world events, it can be really difficult to practice self-care. It's hard to think about ourselves when we're worried or experiencing upheaval. And at the same time, it's more important than ever to practice self-care during these really tough times. So what can you do to take care of yourself even when times are tough? Well, the first thing is to accept things aren't perfect. By refusing to let go of normalcy and accept things are different right now, you create impossible levels of stress and unnecessary suffering. The best practice is to step back, to acknowledge what's going on, and to realise you might need a different game plan for a while. This puts you less on the defensive and more in control. The next thing you can do is to eat something. Now, you're not apt to feel hungry when you're stressed. When you do eat, you might find yourself grabbing what's easy, and this means for a lot of people eating a lot of fast food or empty calories. Your better bet is to start scheduling your meals, to make an effort to eat a balanced diet. Having the proper fuel will go a long way to helping you get through what you need to. The next thing you can do is exercise. Putting your body in motion when you're under this kind of stress seems almost crazy at first glance. On the other hand, when you're overwhelmed, it's very easy to slip into a routine of inactivity. To fix this, make a point to get up and move every few hours. It's especially helpful to get outside if you can. Remember, movement has been proven to ease stress, and it will help you feel better even when things are difficult. Then we've got sleep. Sleeping isn't always easy when everything is chaotic around you. You might find it easier to sleep if you create a bedtime routine and hold to it. Slow your mind through journaling or other quiet activities like meditation, which will help you process what you're going through. Do what you need to relax yourself in order to get a good night's sleep. And talk to somebody. Never try to go it alone. Difficult times call for a support network. Make talking to others a priority. Even socialisation over the phone or via video will go a long way to keeping you on an even keel. If you're really struggling in dealing with a situation, you might want to consider talking to a counsellor or other professional. And do something to relax. Remember to take time to pamper yourself. Look for small ways to give yourself relief. Time out for a bubble bath, or to read a good book, or to indulge in hobbies will help restore your equilibrium. Now, if you're like most people, including myself, you're probably pretty busy. You're already dealing with work, relationships, and a whole lot of day-to-day actions. You're running in every direction all at once. How in the world, Joanne, you're saying to me, are you supposed to fit self-care into a day like that? Well, thankfully, it's easier than you think, and I've got 5 ways for you to add self-care into your busy day. The first one is to ask some important questions. Self-care isn't always about overindulging yourself. Truly, at its core, self-care is a more practical thing than you think. Start by asking yourself what you need right now. Meeting those basic needs should be at the centre of your self-care. Then map it out. Self-care is never going to just happen. Unless you are intentional, you will never make time for it. By making use of your calendar and scheduling time for yourself, you're more likely to succeed in meeting your basic needs. So start small by building in the habits which will help you the most. You could begin by adding in regular exercise days, or by making a meal plan to help you eat healthier. As you achieve one goal, add in another. The key is not to overwhelm yourself all at once. Then figure out what comes first. How are you when it comes to priorities? If you're like most people, just deciding where to begin can be really difficult. Here you need to figure out the difference between important and urgent. If something's important and not urgent, you can add it to your schedule. If something is urgent and not important, give it to someone else to do. But if something is urgent and important, do it first. You also need to learn to say no. You should never feel like you have to say yes to everything and anything. Sometimes the best form of self-care is learning how to say no. By setting solid boundaries, you protect yourself from activities which will only leave you drained, give you more stress, and benefit you in no way whatsoever. And do the small stuff. We think the little things don't matter, but they do. By ensuring you take care of the basics, such as making sure you get enough sleep, practicing good hygiene, eating right, and exercising, you'll keep your body in tip-top form. These things also have a solid impact on your mental health. When we get busy, we tend to forget all these things so easily. When you're making an effort to care for yourself, you have to be intentional in what you do. So remembering these 5 tips will go a long way toward keeping you healthy and happy, no matter how busy you get. Now, as we conclude our journey through the self-care revolution, let's carry forward the understanding that self-care is a radical act of love for ourselves and by extension, those around us. It's an ongoing journey of discovery, growth and empowerment. Now remember, the self-care revolution starts with a simple act, and that is the decision to prioritise your well-being. I want to thank you for joining me on this transformative journey. May you find strength, balance and joy in your self-care practices. Until next time, keep nurturing your body, mind and spirit, and let the revolution of self-care uplift your life. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. I hope you found the discussion and the tips covered really helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you enjoyed this episode, please do leave a rating and a review and share it with your friends and family. Pop along to our website at thefullspectrumcentrelimited.com and join our self-care and wellness newsletter club. You'll receive our free 55-page printable self-care guide and workbook. Well, that's all for this episode, but I really look forward to seeing you next week. Take care and bye for now.